Hello, hello. Today is Monday, March 9th. Today I'm going to talk to y'all about something that many of us struggle with, and that's feedback, whether that's receiving feedback or giving feedback. For a lot of us, feedback can be very uncomfortable. It can be difficult to give and even harder to receive. Many times we avoid giving feedback because we don't want to offend anyone or come across as mean. So instead, we beat around the bush, stay silent, or hope the problem fixes itself. But the truth is, avoiding feedback doesn't help anybody grow. When we think about feedback, we need to shift our mindset. Feedback shouldn't be seen as criticism or an attack. It should be seen as an opportunity for growth. When we give feedback from a place of genuine care, kindness, and respect being a very important word here, we actually strengthen our relationships and we help people reach their full potential. Giving feedback doesn't mean you have to be harsh or aggressive. It also doesn't mean you have to be passive and avoiding the conversation altogether. The goal is to be assertive, which means being honest, respectful, and clear. See how we've been using the word clear a lot recently? So when you're giving feedback, you want to make sure that you're focusing on the behavior rather than the person, because you're not attacking the person. You're not telling them, oh, you're a bad person for doing this. You're telling them this behavior is not okay, or this behavior needs to be improved. You have to make sure that you're being specific and you're being constructive. Remember that the purpose in giving the feedback is not to tear the person down, but to help them to see something that they might not see themselves. Think of it this way. If you truly care about someone's success, you're willing to have conversations that's going to help them grow. With that being said, receiving feedback is just as important. When someone's usually giving us feedback, our natural reaction is to get defensive or to get offended, because we may conclude this person is attacking me. But instead of reacting emotionally, it's important that we pause and listen with an open mind. Ask yourself, is there something I can learn from this? Not everyone that gives you feedback is going to know how to give feedback correctly. And it may not come off the same way for everyone. While they should work on that, you can only control yourself. So when you are receiving feedback, you need to be asking yourself, what can I learn from this? If you take away all the extra and you take away the tone, what is the meat of what they're saying and what can you learn from it? Even if you don't fully agree with what they're saying, you can still take something from it. It just takes you being self-aware and having a willingness to look inward and reflect. One of the best things you can do when receiving feedback is ask questions. You could ask, can you give me an example? Or what would improvement look like? Or what would you suggest I do differently? When you ask these questions, it turns feedback into a conversation about growth instead of a moment of criticism. At the end of the day, feedback is not just about right or wrong. It's about helping each other improve. Not just for the benefit of the organization you work for, but for personal growth as well. So when we have an environment where feedback is given with kindness and received with openness, we create a space for stronger teams, stronger relationships, and stronger individuals. So next time you have to give feedback, remember to be honest, be respectful, and speak from a place of care. And when you're receiving feedback, stay open, stay curious, and look for an opportunity to grow. All right. That's all I have for you today. I will see you tomorrow for more tips. Bye.